Hey, everybody over on Facebook Live. So, I come and give you the afternoon press, which is Speak Easy, where we talk about the behind the scenes of what it means to be a paid speaker or author. Today, we're talking about, over delivering. And this is an interesting topic because a lot of times people battle with how much they give, how much they charge. Hey, Lakia. Hey, Cortez. Haven't seen you in a while. How are you doing today? We talk about, charging our worth. That's usually a big topic for people is, how much do we charge when it comes to us being a speaker? How much do we charge? Hey, Pete. How much do we charge when it comes to us, pricing our books, pricing products and services? Hey, sis. And so we get through this whole process of, okay, do I over deliver? Do I underprice? Hey, Micah, what is it that I do? And as a speaker, that's one of the main things that we battle because we're always thinking, do I give too much from the stage? I don't want to be over salesy from the stage. I don't want to, I don't want the audience to think that I don't care that they're there, that I'm just there to sell to them. And so it kind of makes it difficult. And I had a conversation with one of my clients who is currently about to publish her first book. And we were talking about, pricing for the book and how she was going to choose the price for the book, what she was going to do, how she was going to package it. Hey, Cortez. And one of the things that, came up was, well, I don't want to feel like I'm overcharging them for the book. Now, granted, I've bought books that were 30 pages long for more than $10. I've bought books that were less than 100 pages for $20. So a lot of times it's not so much the fact that we don't know if people will buy the stuff at that price, but we kind of battle ourselves as to if we are really worth what we're going to charge. Hey, Mama Nelly, how are you doing? Are we really worth what we want to charge? But a lot of people get into this really bad habit of always over delivering. And I'm going to tell you why it's a bad habit. I'm going to tell you why. Hey, Carol. I'm going to tell you why. Hey, Tika. Hey, sis. I'm going to tell you why it's a bad habit. So if you haven't done so already, please share out the broadcast. Hey, Zakia. I definitely believe that this is a topic that a lot of speakers and authors really need to get it together. Hey, really need to get it together because we're missing out on money. And that's real. Exactly. And you have to have that understanding. Robert just said, I believe we are worth what we charge. But that's if we really understand how much we are actually worth. That's the problem, is a lot of people don't understand what they're worth, what the information that they have is worth, what their time is worth. Hey, and so we do this whole back and forth dance where we under promise and then we over deliver. We undervalue ourselves and give them a price quote that is nowhere near going to cover our basics of trying to travel to where we're going. Our time, energy, that is all a part of what we cover in, whatever cost is there. Hey, James, how are you doing this afternoon? And so we really need to have this understanding. Hey, Robert, what is it that we're charging? And I can tell you a big mistake that a lot of newcomers do, a big mistake that a lot of people who are fresh to publishing a book, or this is their first go round when it comes to them speaking, is they say, well, what is everybody else doing? That is not how you determine what you are worth. You don't determine what you're worth simply by looking at what everybody else is charging. That's not the. Oh, thank you, Mama Nelly. Hey, Angelic Creations, how are you? You don't charge based on what you believe that everybody else is doing. Because guess what? Can I be honest? You're not everybody else. Hey, Dennis, how are you doing this afternoon? And so literally we get into this mind game of, oh my goodness, so this speaker is charging, $100 to speak. So I guess I should start off charging $100 as well. Not taking into account, what is that speaker talking about? Hey, Vinny, what is that speaker talking about? How long has that speaker been around? What accolades does that speaker have? Meaning, do they have a degree? Do they have certification? What do they have under their belt that's telling them to charge that price? See, you're looking at the fact that that person is charging this price and this person's charging this price, but you're not looking at what it is that you actually have to offer and what you're worth. So what are you worth? And I talked about this in one of my classes where we went over this whole process of writing out what exactly we're worth. And, how we calculate that, what things go down on the paper when we're putting down exactly what we're worth, our education, our expertise, our wisdom gets calculated in how much we charge and how much we're worth. So a lot of people think, I'm just starting out, I'll just over deliver and then people will want to pay me. You set yourself up for failure. It doesn't work that way. You have to come into the game already knowing and understanding, hey, Antoinette, hey, sis, understanding what exactly you are worth. And if you don't, we have a problem. Because again, we waste time, energy, and money when we undervalue ourselves. When we over deliver all the time, thinking that that's the only way that people will be able to, say they want to sign up for our services and products. If we over deliver and say, hey, that's the way that somebody's going to pay me. Somebody's going to pay me. Hey, sis, that's the only way somebody's going to pay me to be on their stage is if I over deliver. No, that's not it. Somebody will pay you to be on their stage if you deliver what it is that they need. And they will pay you what you are worth. Stop nickel and diming yourself. Stop making yourself a $2 hoe. Ooh. I know that was a little rude. That was a little rude. But the reality of it is some of you are going out and looking at events, and that's how you're making yourself out to be, is the $2 hoe. You'll do everything for $2. Now, granted, you'll do everything for $2. Hey, Deborah. And then somebody else will come along and say, I'm not doing that. And you're not going to pay me $2. You're going to pay me $200. And I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. And guess what? The same people that you went and twirled and swirled and did all these wonderful, amazing things for $2. Guess what? Somebody else, hey, sis, somebody else will go and say, I'm worth 200 or 2,000. And I'm not doing all that swirling and twirling. We see it all the time, don't we? Let's have an honesty moment. We see it all the time. We see it in relationships. We see it in business. We see it all the time. Guess what? As a speaker or an author, you are an entrepreneur. This is your business. It's no different. So when will you stop treating yourself like a $2 hoe? We're not doing that. And so the way to get on stages is to do the work. The way to get on stages is to make the connections. The way to get on stages is to know your craft and be the expert and show that you are the expert. Hey, Allison, show that you are the expert. The way to get on stage is not to pimp yourself out. That's not how we do things. Now, granted, hey sis. Now, granted, everybody wants to be able to speak. Hello, how are you, sis? Everybody wants to be able to speak on stages. Everybody wants to get paid. But something that I'm always saying to you guys is, are you really willing to take on an opportunity where your target is not in the audience? Are you really willing to take on an opportunity where you're not really getting paid and there's nothing for you to gain from the experience? See, even if we're gaining something, hello, Frank on Broadway, how are you doing today? If there's something that we can gain from the experience, then we're not doing it for free. We understand that already. But we have to be honest with ourselves and saying, what is it that I'm gaining from this? Because you're always going to gain something. You will. So you literally have to sit down. Again, this is a business. The same way that Walmart is not going to sign for something to be in their store without them saying it's going to be something that they can sell. Why would you do anything less? Why would you do anything less when it comes to you as the business, you as the brand? Why would you do anything less? And so we really need to gain access to that understanding that, guess what? No, over-delivering is not the key to being a paid speaker. It is not the key to being having somebody who's always now listen, granted, you know that there are tips and tools and techniques where it looks like you're over delivering sometimes, where you are giving great resources, you're giving great information, but you're not doing it to lower your cost. And so we need to really look at what is it that we've been doing. Hey, Michael. What is it that we've been doing in our business? So look at your last 30 days. Have you been pimping yourself out? And I had to do the same thing for me. It was, am I charging my worth? Oh my goodness, I don't want to charge too much. I don't want to charge too little. Okay, well, I know that they're a quote unquote, they're a nonprofit, so I'm not going to charge them. They're a church, so I'm not going to charge them. They're just going to, they'll be able to give me a donation. But this is the thing. If you're not putting a price on yourself, then what are you really saying about yourself? How valuable is the information that you're giving? How valuable are you? We literally have to take an inventory. Hey, Aubrey, we have to take an inventory of what it is that we're offering. And so we're not always over delivering when we go in our broadcast. We're not always over delivering in order for us to say, hey, pick me, pick me. Hey, Robert, we over there doing the most, doing backflips and cartwheels. Talk about pick me, pick me, pick me. And then they pick you, and then what? What did you get out of the experience? What did you do? What did you gain? How did you build yourself up? See, this is the thing. Can I tell you that when you undervalue yourself, when you are always over delivering, this is the thing. Word gets around. The same way with a $2 hoe, that word gets around. Guess what? When you are pimping yourself out and your products and your services, word gets around. And people will look for you to pimp yourself out with your products and services because word got around and they heard that, oh, if you just say this, this, and this, then she'll lower the price. If you just say X, Y, and Z, then she'll lower the price. And guess what? You walking around can't pay your bills, because you keep lowering the price for everyone. Because you keep wanting to give that over delivery. You keep wanting to make sure, oh, but that's the way you get yourself out there. That's not the way you get yourself out there. Again, that's the way that a $2 hoe gets themselves out there, is that they take the $2 and will do anything for it. We not that. And I mean, that's the real talk moment. That's a reality check. Some of you may leave the broadcast because you don't listen, because you don't like it. And I understand that everybody is not going to like this broadcast. I put it in the title, #real talk, because we're not playing around no more. Hey, Courtney, we're not playing around no more. So some of you are walking around with books that you're pricing them at $5, knowing good and well that the book should at least be 10. The book should at least be 15, 20 because of the information that's in the book. But you're like, no, I just want them to get the book. Can I tell you something? Hello. Can I tell you something? What people pay cheaply for, they don't always value. It is so easy to lower your prices. You are so correct, Michael. It is so easy because you want to give everybody the discount. You want to give them the hookup, but that's understandable. But guess what? In the end, they'll get the hookup from you and then go pay somebody else full price. They'll get the hookup from you and pay somebody else full price. There are people who are going and buying one-page books on Amazon. Look it up. So if somebody's paying $10, $20 for a one-page book on Amazon, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry, we have what? What problem is going on? Good afternoon, sis. How are you doing? Then what is going on? What's going on with our prices? What happened? People are paying $1. Paying $1, paying money for a one-page book on Amazon? And you're going to charge $5 for your book for why? For why? I have teenagers, so they say stuff like that. For why? We really need to take a better look at what it is that we say we're doing. And so I'm always talking to my clients and I'm always talking to my students and telling them, get right for what? I'm always talking to them and telling them, no, you are the expert. That is something that I say to them every time I speak to them. I am telling them that you are the expert. You are the expert. When you realize that you are the expert, so Courtney, you are the expert at writing. You are a poet. You are the expert. So guess what? People should pay you for your expertise. It does not matter what anybody else charges. They're not Courtney. So they need to pay you for your expertise. It doesn't matter about anybody else. And so we always have this conversation. And I have one that she just got her book edited. She'll be uploading it soon. So this is her first book. And so I said to her during this whole process, I said, guess what? As an author, and y'all know I'm always telling you guys this, as an author, you are an entrepreneur. As a speaker, you are an entrepreneur. You need to handle yourself accordingly. So I need to look at my book. How much does it cost to create the book? How much time and energy did I put into the book? How much wisdom did I put into the book? And then I need to charge accordingly. I'm not charging $10 because everybody else is charging $10. It just doesn't work that way. Hey D, how are you doing? It doesn't work that way. And so we really have to take an honest look at ourselves. Are we over delivering just to get our name out there? Are we over delivering just to get our bodies on the stage? Are we pimping ourselves out? Hey, Harold, are we pimping ourselves out just so we can get our name out there? I joke about it, but I always say, are you literally signing up to speak at a horse breeders convention and you're not talking about anything dealing with horses? Like, you have absolutely nothing to talk to them about. You have no idea what it is they need. You don't know who is going to be in the audience. You don't know nothing. But just because they said we'll pay you $500 to speak at the Horse Breeders Convention, hey Kelly, we're like, yay! I got a paid speaking event. I'm a paid speaker. We hype. We posting it all up on Facebook, and people looking at us like, did you see what you signed up for? Did you see that you signed up for a Horse Breeders Convention and you don't do nothing with horses? You don't even like riding carousels at the amusement park. Why did you sign up to speak at a Horse Breeders Convention? We pimping ourselves out. And it's a real conversation that we need to have. It's the truth, Kelly. It's a real conversation that we need to have, because guess what? I'm watching you guys do it, and you guys have so much wisdom. You have so much information, and you just throwing it all out there. You just throwing it all out there and trying to see, like throwing spaghetti at the wall to try to see what sticks. Listen, it's the truth. You just throwing it at the wall trying to see what sticks. That's not how this is done. This is a business. As an listen, as a speaker, you are an entrepreneur. As an author, you are an entrepreneur, and you need to be looking at your business as such. That means pricing my products and services. That means pricing myself when I go to speak, and knowing what exactly am I looking to make every time I open my mouth. How I look at it for me is every time I open my mouth, I am sowing a seed. What am I looking for? What is the investment that I'm looking for every time I open my mouth? So when I do a live event, when I'm doing an interview, what is the investment? That's the words that I'm doing. That's my investment. What am I looking for as a return? And I should be thinking like that every time I do an event, every time I publish a book. What is going to be the return on this investment? Because it is an investment of my time, my energy, and my money. That's it. It's an investment of my time, my energy, and my money. So with this investment, what is it that I am getting back? What am I sowing? Because some of y'all, can we be honest in saying that some of y'all think that y'all are the bee's knees, and that's not necessarily true. That part. That's not necessarily true. But y'all think y'all the bee's knees because y'all know a couple things. Y'all know that 1 + 1 = 2. So y'all like, ooh, I am a math genius. I am a math whiz. Put me in front of some math students at a university because I am a math connoisseur. Because I know that 1 + 1 = 2. Booyah, I'm the best. And you don't even have the basics of what it means to be on a stage. You don't even know how to connect with your audience. And it's good to be confident, but again, we need to write it out. We need to get a pen and paper, and we need to write some stuff out. What is it that we're actually worth? Now that's a good one as well, Kelly. So she said her problem is the opposite. It's not opening her mouth enough and getting visible. Hey, Solemn. Hey, sis. And getting visible. That's another thing. Hey, Hillary. That's another thing. When it comes to being the paid speaker, we have to understand that, yeah, we got to get out there. When it comes to being an author, can I tell you guys, hey, Jacqueline, that one of the things that, listen, people hype you up. They hype you up about the day that you're going to publish the book. They hype you up. I mean, they hype you up. They be like, yes. And then you're a published author and they give you your kudos and they clapping for you. And everybody sharing your broadcast, or everybody sharing your posts. But can we be honest in saying that, guess what? There's more to being a paid author, meaning you're actually selling books, than just the day that you launched the book. Can we say that part? There's more than just the day that you launched the book. That marketing is continuous. I'm always telling people about my books. bit.ly/press series. That's how you see all of my books that are on Amazon right now. But guess what? It doesn't stop. And so people think I published the book and then I'm good. People going to buy my book. I'm going to be at the Amazon bestseller list. Then I'm going to be at the New York Times bestseller list. And then I'm going to just be on Oprah couch talking to Oprah. No. Hey, Zakia. Listen. I know. Michael said, I'm glad that you're a bridge builder because you throwing bricks. It's real. I've had these conversations. I've had these real conversations like within the last few weeks of people saying, well, I don't know what to charge for this. I don't know what to charge for that. Of people saying, I want to be the paid speaker. An opportunity came up and I think I'm going to take it. And then when they tell me the opportunity, I'm like, especially with my clients, I hold no words when it comes to my clients, because y'all fam. Hey, Rhea. Hey, Danielle. How you guys doing? But listen, my clients is family. So I'm going to take care of you. I'm not going to let you run out here in these internet streets, looking all types of ways, acting all types of ways. I'm not going to let you run out here in these public speaking streets, just getting on anybody's stage and pimping yourself out for $2. We're not going to do that. So we got some things to do. In my classes, I teach them literally how to price themselves properly, because we can't be doing we can't be just throwing numbers out there. So bit.ly/DTM class is how you get more information about my public speaking courses. bit.ly/DTM class. But I'm always telling them, no, you price yourself accordingly. No, you look at what it is that you're offering and then you price yourself accordingly. We're not pimping ourselves out just to get out there. We're not doing it. Now, granted, there are things that you can do as a speaker. I'm giving y'all secret sauce right now. There's things that you can do as a speaker. You can waive your speaking fee, but we're not speaking for free. Hey, Nikki. Hey, sis. We're not speaking for free. So you can waive your speaker fee in a contract. That's another thing. Some of y'all out here speaking all over the world and got contract the first. So then when you get there and they give you a chicken dinner and a soda, you looking around like, well, what just happened? They said they was going to give you a donation. So there's so many things that you need to do. And what I did was I created a list of things for them to do when they're signing up for an event, to speak at an event. Some things that you really, listen, you was pimped for real. If you got there and all you got was a chicken dinner and a soda on the side, chicken noodle soup, with a soda on the side, that's all you got, then boo, you was pimped. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. There's no other conversation to be had. You was pimped. And I'm sorry about that. But you need to get in class, or you need to get with somebody that's going to help you so you don't have that happen no more. We're not getting pimped all over the world. We're not having that happen no more. I've had people reach out to me from across seas. I've had people reach out all different types. But guess what? If you don't have something in place, then you are always trying to over deliver because you just want your name out there. And guess what? That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I know we wish it did, but that's not how this works. It's not. So I wanted to come and talk to you guys about that real conversation that we needed to have. And it's real. If you understand what I'm talking about, just put me in the comments that it don't necessarily have to be you that went through it or, that did it. And I can be honest in saying that in the beginning, I was reaching out and trying to be a part of everything. And I was connecting with people, especially on social media. You connect with a ton of people. And there is some scammers, authorises out there. Yes, I said scammers, authorises out there. There are people that are scamming and flim-flamming left and right. And you have to be very careful about what it is that you're offering people. Because again, that whole over-delivering, you will over-deliver and literally give somebody your whole program and not get a dime. Really? You better come on. You will over deliver and literally give somebody your whole program. Give them everything, your panties, your bra. Listen, give them the bow out your hair. You done gave it all. See, and that's what I'm talking about. Just said on Periscope, listen, they not paying, but they said that I can sell. That's those things that most speakers aren't going to tell you. They're not going to give you that stuff. They're not going to tell you all of that. No, I make sure everybody in my class understand that. You not, no. Look, they laughing at me over here on Facebook. It's the truth, y'all. I'm telling you. You done gave up the drawers, the bra, the socks. You ain't got nothing. You sitting out here in these internet streets and these public speaking streets, bucket naked, simply because you didn't know what to do in the beginning. You bucket naked. Oh, yeah. You bucket naked. Simply because you ain't know what to do. Simply because you ain't know who to turn to. You better get in a class. You better get in a group. You better get in something so somebody can tell you what needs to be done. Because guess what? Don't come back to me. Talk about, oh, I got burnt. Yeah, you got burnt. You got burnt by the sun because your behind was naked out here in these streets. You was naked out here in these streets. In these public speaking streets, you was naked. In these author and published author streets, you was naked. Simply because you thought you got it all together. No. And you didn't. And it's okay. So bit.ly/DTM class to get into one of the public speaking classes. Like I said, I give you all of that groundwork. But I also have products on my page, on my website, where you can get stuff. If you just need to learn how to pitch yourself, bit.ly/speak loud. All the products is right there. They $15, $25. It's a webinar. You can go through it. I detail out exactly what the points are in the webinar. Because guess what? Y'all running out here in these streets wrong. Talk about bad and bougie. No, you ain't bad and bougie. You naked and burnt. That's what you are. You naked and burnt. You're not bad and bougie. You naked and burnt. And we're not allowing you to be naked and burnt no more. So, therefore, bit.ly/speak loud. There is one for learning how to market yourself as a speaker. There's one to learn how to do the perfect pitch. There's one to learn how to get started. There's another one that I just did on creating videos and what that can do for your public speaking career. It's all right there for you. You have the resources. Take advantage of the resources that you have, because guess what? You can't come back to me when you naked and burnt telling me I don't know what went wrong. Can't tell me after you done went to the horse farmers convention and been stepping in a whole bunch of stuff. And you come and tell me, okay, unicorn. Something didn't smell too right. Listen, I tried to told you. That's what I need you to understand. I'm trying I told you. And so thank you guys for joining me. This is episode 25 of Speak Easy. You know that once I'm done, I always put the replays up on YouTube. I am Altavice Pelzer. I am a motivational speaker, certified life coach, and Amazon best-selling author. But we taking this to the next level. And so we're not going to be out here burnt and naked. You need to get the resources that are necessary so you can be the paid speaker. You need to get the resources that are necessary so that way you can be a paid author, not just an author with books on Amazon that aren't selling. Because that part is what a lot of y'all are doing. Y'all got books for days and ain't sold not a one this week. Last week, how many books did you sell? Yeah, we really have to go back and do some thought processing. So for those who are just joining, thank you for joining. You may want to go back and catch the replay. I'm telling you, it was kind of good. I'm just saying. And for those who are joining me for the first time, welcome, welcome. I'm always on in the afternoon with Speak Easy, where I give you the behind the scenes of what it means to be a paid speaker or a paid author. I give you some tips, some tricks. I give you my backstory as far as being a speaker, an author, what I've learned along the way, because it ain't always been no crystal stair. Listen, it ain't always been no crystal stair. I didn't came up against, signing up for stuff, and the people in the audience was grandmama and them. Yeah, I've done it. And so the reason why I'm so free with the information is because I want to make sure you don't do it as well. Now, like I said, my clients, they get the secret sauce. They get I'm there with them going through the process. I just shared with them in our private Facebook group some more opportunities for them to be a speaker, a paid speaker. I don't share every opportunity in my group, but I did share some other resources for them. I'm always sharing stuff. Why? Because I want to see them grow. That's what this is about. So bit.ly/, you have a couple options. DTM class. I also do a monthly intensive for paid speakers. That is bit.ly/live loud now. That's what it's about, y'all. So I love you guys. I look forward to speaking to you guys later. I may be back on tonight for an evening press. I'm going to try. I'm going to work on it. Y'all know it'd be a struggle. So I love you guys. Don't forget to press it out.